This tutorial is by Cooper Collier, lead programmer with WatersWebWorks.com. Please visit our Teamdesk expert listing if you need assistance or have any questions, and we'll be happy to help.
So now I've showed you the wrong way to do things, and I showed you what happens if you accidentally delete it and you need to remake it and why you use that selection box. We can go forward and, oh, look at that. It just occurred to me that I had a whole bunch of lookups in here and now they're gone. Yeah, what happens is you can recover your reference, but all your lookups that you had using that reference are still gone. So you'd have to manually remake every one of those. But your data is still intact. That's the really important thing. You would just have to make each lookup. Unless you've done, like I said, and you made a dev branch. If you made a dev branch and you make the mistake, you go back here and you delete your dev branch. And you really, really don't want to make the mistake of like spending a week in a dev branch, making a whole bunch of changes, and then realize that you might as well not have the dev branch, because if you delete the dev branch, you delete everything. You need to use the dev branch for small amounts of things, and then so you can go back to it. In this case, I go back to it, my main, go to setup again, and I'm just going to look real quick. It goes there, in columns. Ah, look at there. All my pretty lookups are saved. So that's how we save things with our, let's say it again, our dev branch. Dev branch is wonderful. So now let's look at how we actually do this the correct way, or one of the correct ways, or a better way. So once again, let's do this stupid dev branch. Yeah, it's annoying, but it saves our butts so many times. It's the greatest thing since, I don't know, they made tanks. Tanks are great. So where we fix this, the main thing and everything is what we've been trying to do is on the company side. Right here, when we pick a company, we're trying to identify the individuals using the company side and say, oh, this individual here, and he happens to be the janitor for the company. This person here happens to be the receptionist. And by using what we've been trying to do is apply it in effect to the company. And that's not where you would normally do it. It makes it extraordinarily hard to do that way. Where you want to do it is on the contact side. So for a person, you want to give them a role or position. You can, from their side, you can give them a lot of things. In this case, I already have a column here for position. So I can say, hey, this person's the manager. Poof. So now I know they're the manager of this company. On the company side, if I go back to a couple of them, I'm going to make this one a driver. So that person's a driver. The nice thing is now we can easily have multiple people to be drivers. If we had a selection box over here and selected the driver, when we edit it, we had a box that selected the driver, then we could only select driver one time. So we don't want to do it that way at all. So what we're going to do, and when we view over on this side, we have company contacts. But what we really want is a list of people who are maybe drivers or who are maybe the CAO. So there are a couple ways to do it. We've made the relation already. So we know, looking at the current things that we have a relation here. Called it test, great name, but it's between the two. So to figure out who's who, what we want to do is use the summary. That's one way to do it. So if we make a summary and we say we want managers, so just make the column and call it managers, leave it in the view, however. In this case, we're going to concatenate. We're going to concatenate the person's name and phone number. Pick new line. We pick only records that meet. And then we go down to position. And then we're going to pick manager. And we've sort of done this before. Now, when we go over here, we have a manager column. If we don't have any employees in this company, so let's go and sort our companies. So we see the A's because we have some people there. We view them. We go down here and look, those are managers. So we've done that before. That is one way to solve the issue. You might say, hey, we want to stick it down here. That's a little more complicated, and we need to do that with a different type of reference, which the next couple of videos will be about that. So remember when we made a relation here that we're stuck. We can only do one here, and we really want another one. We can't make a new relation with a reference because we've already have a reference between the tables. But what we can do is we can go from between companies and company contacts and say next. And both these on the top here are references. Okay, this one is referencing company from contacts. This one would be referencing contacts from companies. This one here is sort of magic, and it's a different type of relation. What it is a relation with absolutely no references. So it does not know who to select. So let's pick that one. In that case, we can pick a detailed view from either side. So we want to show references to companies. What that's going to do is show these details to the company. So it's kind of the opposite side. So, and we're going to call this one second relation to from company to contacts. There we go. So what we've done is we've built ourselves a blank relation between the two. There is nothing other than we said that they're together and we're referencing. There's no ID field to lock them together, no company field. Let's look at what happens when we do that. I'm going to refresh the screen. We have company contacts here. Well, second one we made. But now this company contacts, it literally has everything. 43 records. It has everything. Why does it have everything? Well, let's look at it again and edit it. There's just no way for it to know what it has. We can call our reference here, and this is intended to be, let's say it doesn't matter. Multi-relation. There we go. So we made multiple relation there, but it's going to return everything. This is where the matching conditions come in, and they're very important. So what we want to do is say new matching here, and we need to understand where our index fields are. So on the company column side, we want to pick literally, go down a little bit so we see it. We want to go pick the ID field. And on this side, we would pick the company because we happen to know that on the contact side, the company column is literally the reference column where we're picking them. So if we say that and save it and go back, kind of hard concept, but what we're doing is using this ID equals company right here. So we're kind of making a new select box, and it looks similar to here, except this is one where we actually pick it. So we're to display down here, we're really using this one up here, but we're coming down here and using this one. So what's great about that is once I refresh it, this view, we're still in this company, and now we have the company contacts and the multi-relation. That one shows these people. This one shows those people. Yes, it does. But what it gives us the ability to do is display another reference table. So what we need is another reference table. So we go up here and we customize existing tables. Up from the contacts, company contacts, existing tables. We have a reference, this one here. Let's copy it. Now we copied it and we go edit. And this one we're going to call manager. Oops, I just hit my caps lock button. There we go. But in this case, we're going to say only records that meet certain. And we're going to pick position is manager. So now this view will only show managers. If we hit refresh here, oh, I'm in setup. We go out here and look at company contacts. We have managers right there. Those are the managers for all companies. There's the companies. All these companies have managers. So now if we go back to our setup, we go back to our relation, which is under columns. And we can do this from any side because, look, we have that relation on both sides. Second relation between company and contacts. It's the same on each side because it's a relation, right? If we edit it, there it is right there. We're going to edit that, and now we can pick our manager. And now we can call this managers. Ta-da! Go back over here. We're going to go to our company. We can use this link here, and we're back at the company where we were. Yay! Look, company contacts, there they are. Managers, they're there. They're the same. They're only the same because these two only people in the company are managers. This person here doesn't need to be a manager. Anyone named Delmy, sorry, you don't get to be a manager. So we change his position to CIO. Yay, CIO Delmy. There we go. Now we look at managers, not there. That is the way that we use our same reference because we're referencing them up, but we can sort them out and have a view down here with just those. So you can use summary to do it, or you can use a second relation. And this second relation does some fantastic things. This many-to-many relation, but you always have to understand what you're matching. And the important thing is to know which is your reference field and which isn't. So we'll do this more, and I'll show you some more things we can do with that in the near future.